If you are asking what are the best multiplayer games on Steam, then my friend, you are in the right place. This is the latest update right here. Before that, check out my merch. It will really honestly mean a lot to me. Okay, so without wasting your time, here are top 15 best multiplayer games on Steam right now. Starting up with number 15, Civilization 6. Multiplayer is a mod that is available in most of the Civilization games. In this mod, two or more human play against each other or AI opponent on a difficulty level and with game setting of the player's choice. If a multiplayer game includes both human and AI players, the human players takes their first turn. Due to how long it takes to finish a multiplayer game, it requires a lot of patience for all those players. Several factors determine how long such a game lasts, including the size of the map, the number of schedule of people playing, or how long it takes everyone to decide what to do each turn, and whether or not people try to stall the game, including of admitting defeat when you are losing or unable to recover. Number 14, Dota 2. Dota 2 is a multiplayer online battle arena or MOBA video game in which 2 players or 5 players compete to collectively destroy a large structure defended by the opposing team, known as the Ancient. As in Defense of the Ancient, the game is controlled using standard real-time strategy controls and is presented on a single map in a third dimension isometric perspective. 10 players each control one of the game's 119 playable characters, also known as heroes, with each having their own design, strength, and weakness. Heroes are divided into 2 primary roles, known as the core and support.
Your top tower is under attack.
Number 13, Left 4 Dead 2. During campaign, also known as co-op, up to 4 players work together to try to reach the end of the campaign by basically fighting their way past large number of AI controlled infected. There are 4 different levels: easy, normal, advanced, and expert. Each chapter ends in a safe room, which acts as a checkpoint that is triggered when all the living survivors get inside the safe room and close the door behind them. In campaign mode, 1 or more players play as the survivors, with the rest of the 4 filled with the AI controlled bots. The survivors play through each chapter, making their way from safe room to safe room. The last stage of the campaign has an extended ending called the final, which usually ends with players escaping on a rescue vehicle like boats, helicopters, and extra. Number 12. Speedrunner is played as a fast-paced side-scroller. Players compete with each other to outrun their opponent using gripping hook, power-ups, and interactive environments. The screen moves with whatever player is currently in the lead. Falling behind far enough off the screen result in players dying to the players who still remain on screen. As the player progresses, they earn experience based on their performance. Getting enough experience points cause the player to level up, which unlocks new power-ups, levels, characters, and skins. Number 11, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Global Offensive, like prior games in the Counter-Strike series, is an objective-based multiplayer first-person shooter. 2 opposing teams, known as the terrorists and the counter-terrorists, compete in the game mode to complete objectives, such as securing a location, to planting or defending a bomb, and rescuing or guarding hostages. At the end of each round, players are rewarded based on the individual performance with in-game currency, to spend on other weapons or utility in subsequent rounds. Winning rounds reward more money than losing does, and completing objectives such as killing enemies give you extra cash bonus. Uncooperative actions such as killing your teammate result in a penalty. Yes, you can kill your own teammate. Number 10, Doom. In Doom multiplayer mode, survival modes such as Team Deathmatch and its variation Soul Harvest, as well as Freeze Tag, Warpath, kind of a hill with a moving hill, Domination, and Client Arena, Team Last Man Standing with no pickups, exist within the game. Players can also use power-ups and teleportation in the multiplayer match. They can pick up a demon rune, one of the power-up features, to transfer into and fight as a demon. There are 4 demons available initially in the game, each of which has different abilities. The name of the demons are the Revenant, the Baron of Hell, the Mancubs, and the Prowler. At launch, the game features 9 maps. Number 9. Europe Universalis 4. Europe Universalis 4 allows players to use a number of different multiplayer options and features. Multiplayer games have a different start screen than single player games. One player's computer acts as a host, other players are clients. Though, if the host quits the game, crashes or becomes disconnected from the computer, the entire game would be offline. The game allows up to 256 players to participate in the same multiplayer game, but the limit is usually only tenable on a high-speed local area network, also known as LAN. Paradox suggests games played over the internet are likely to only support up to 12 people. Paradox does not recommend playing multiplayer through dial-up modem. You may need to check your firewall settings to permit allowing network traffic to reach your computer. Because of the wide range of firewalls and network connectivity issues, Paradox does not offer any support for troubleshoot connection issues. Number 8. Age of Empires 2. The Age of Kings support multiplayer over the internet or via a LAN area network, also known as LAN. Up to 8 players can take part in one game, with all of those single player mods available. Age of Empire 2 focus on building towns, gathering resources, and creating armies to defend opponents. Players conquer rival towns and empires as they advance one of the 13 civilizations through 4 ages: the Dark Age, the Feudal Age, the Castle Age, and the Imperial Age. Advancing to a new age unlocks new units, structures, and technologies. But players must first build current buildings from their current age and then pay a sum of resources, technically food and gold. Number 7. Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 is the first of Valve's multiplayer games to provide detailed statistics for individual players. They include time spent playing as each class, most points obtained, most captures, or adjective achieved in a single life, and many other things. Precision statistics tell the players how he or she is improving in relation of these statistics, such as if a player comes close to his or her record for the damage inflicted in a round. Team Fortress 2 also features numerous achievements for carrying out certain tasks, such as scoring a certain number of kills or completing a round within a certain time. Number 6. Portal 2. In a cooperative game, Portal 2 you can play as a co-op. The goal of both campaigns is to explore Aperture Science Laboratory, a complicated mechanic maze. While most of the game takes place in a modular test chambers with certain defined entrance and exits, other parts occur in behind the scene areas where the objective is less clear. The player must solve puzzle using the portal gun, or Aperture Science handheld portal device, which can create 2 portals connecting 2 distant surfaces, depicted as matte, wide, continuous, and flat. Characters can use their portal to move between rooms, or to fling objects or themselves across a distance. Outlines of placed portals are visible through walls and other obstacles for easy location.
This easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling.
Number 5. Gang Beast. Gang Beast is a multiplayer beat-em-up party game with gelatinous characters, melee fight sequence, and hazardous environments set in a fictional metropolis of Beef City. At initial release, It contains 8 multiplayer stages. The core gameplay involves using various physical abilities, such as punching and kicking an opponent until they are knocked out, and then attempting to toss them over one of the stage hazards. Opponents that have been knocked down are not completely defenseless, however, as they can fight back to be released. Number 4. Terraria. Multiplayer is a game mode in which Terraria can be played with or against other remote players. Multiplayer games are cooperative by default, with player versus player, also known as PvP, available for activation once a multiplayer game is entered. There are two types of multiplayer environments. One is the server and the other is host and play. I don't really need to explain to you gamers out there what is server and host to play, but I'll tell you what is host to play anyways. Host to play games are started via the regular Terraria applications. The first player chooses host to play. Did I say host to play the whole time? I mean host and play. The first player chooses host and play, chooses options, and starts the world becoming the host. Number 3. Factorio. In addition to being a single player game, Factorio also supports multiplayer, allowing many players to cooperate and assist each other, or work together against each other in PvP, player versus player by the way. By default, multiplayer game run on co-op free play scenario, with all players working together to launch a rocket with a satellite into space. Other scenarios, including PvP maps, are available for download from the map and scenario forum. Multiplayer games can be joined, hosted while playing, or hosted by a dedicated server. Multiplayer games can be advertised to other players on the same LAN or worldwide. Use the multiplayer button in the play menu to start playing a multiplayer game. Choose new or load or scenario to host and play, or browse or play on LAN to connect to an already running game. Number 2. Don't Starve Together. Don't Starve Together has multiple ways to play with others. LAN, network, and matchmaking play. Many items has been balanced or removed in order to keep the game fair. Game mode and PvP are optional by the server operator. There are also 4 categories for servers: social, cooperative, competitive, and madness. Those categories don't affect gameplays, but provide a general idea of what the server is about. Dedicated player host and LAN servers are available, and chat is global or local, depending on the server admin's preference. A type of server called friends only allows a server to be created whereby the only people who can join have to be on the hosting player's Steam friend list. And finally guys, number 1. Rocket League. Rocket League gameplay is literally the same as that of its predecessor, supersonic acrobatic rocket powered battle cars. Players control a rocket powered car and use it to hit a ball that is much larger than the car towards the other team's goal area to score goal in a way that resembles a soccer game. Players' car have the ability to jump to hit the ball while in mid-air. The players can also pick up a speed boost by passing their car over marked space on the field, like you can see in this gameplay, enabling them to quickly cross the field, using the added momentum to hit the ball or ram into another player's car to destroy it. In that latter case, the destroyed car respawns moments later. A player may also use a boost while in mid-air to propel themselves forward in fight, allowing players to hit the ball in the air. Yeah, but I think I said that before, but yeah. Anyways guys, we have come to the end of this video. If you are new, why not consider hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the like button, and it will honestly really mean a lot to me. And I will see you guys next time on my next video. Bye, peace out. Don't forget my merch.